Hello. Good afternoon. Happy lunchtime. A little different. I'm actually moving whilst I'm talking to you today. And I'm just going to add in, let me just stop, otherwise it won't happen. Let me just add in Ciaran. Bear with, caller. There he is. So we're just going to have I'm so excited about today's call. I'm excited about all of my guests, but this one is fabulous because we are, well, it's spring. It's a gorgeous day, and it is St. Patrick's Day. Here he is. In fact, there he is. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
I'm really close. I need to move back a bit. I can't do it now. I'm on here. How are you?
We're actually both very close. I'm like, boom, straight in.
I know. If I go back any further, I'll fall off. Hold on. Hold on. Let me move that. There we go.
Oh, good. You're back on the bike. Brilliant. Well done.
I have come off in the meantime, I have to say. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, is that better? There we go. Is that better?
Lovely.
Oh, can I just say before we get started, everyone, this is Ciaran. It's Ciaran. I keep stuttering when I say your name. Your class this morning. Not only did I beat a personal record of how many miles, I did 10 miles this morning, you know. I've never honestly got that far. And then since then, I've just been beaming because of the music and because of the session. It was just brilliant. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, it's good fun. I mean, it was the music instantly. I mean, like, you would almost want to do that type of class and then go straight for a drink afterwards or go for a little social because it had that energy. But, I mean, 7:30, 8 a.m. in the morning, that's what you want. Kickstart your day.
I know, when you said, let's go for Guinness, I was like, okay, at this point, oh, yes, that would be great.
Yeah, yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. So,
oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for giving up your lunchtime. Are you
No
literally
problem.
having lunch now?
I've had mine because it's an early start. So, yeah. Lunch is done. Yeah.
You're having supper about 4-ish then.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, thank you so much for giving up your lunchtime today. Thank you so much for joining us. I've been so looking forward to this. And the fact that we managed to coordinate it for Paddy's Day. I'm
wearing a little green as well, just to show, give the Irish, little...
Just tell before we go into, I knew I was going to go off-piste before I can think, but just tell us very quickly about your uniform for this morning's class.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
we teach...
Sorry, just throw that in there.
Okay, no, it's good. So with DIGME, we obviously through lockdown developed DIGME at home. Yeah. And initially we all started to teach from our homes. Like DIGME, the team got the bikes out to us. But since then, they've been able to develop our actual studio within London. So we've got like a DIGME at home studio. And at the moment, we teach behind a green screen. So when we initially sign in and stuff and people come in, it doesn't look like a green screen, you know. But there's with green screen, you just can't wear green. And in my head, I just thought, oh, well, maybe this will work. Like, it might block out or something. And then when I went to sign in this morning, I looked pretty much naked, like on the screen. It was just, you could just see my arms and my head.
Oh, it was so good. It was kind of, it was, you could almost see your brain kind of going, no, this really needs to work, but it's not going to. But if we all wish hard enough, it actually might. But
yeah, I mean, luckily I've got 2 classes, one tomorrow in studio, and Super Saturday. So yeah, you know about my Super Saturdays in Covent Garden. I know about always, they go off. So that'll be good. Yeah, and we're all gonna have a little baby Guinness before we do the class. So all the regulars are coming in for a little, But you know, actually, fascinating.
Tempted to get down the M5, M4 to come and visit for that one.
Well, you are going to come soon, right?
I am.
You've got a challenge down the road, which is great.
I am. So. And you know what? This time, because we've been talking about me coming down and doing some tests, because for the people that don't know, and your guys, I met you at the beginning of lockdown number 1, I think it was. Because, slow down. I'm taking my gears off. Is that all right, boss? Taking my gears off.
Yeah. Go on. Just keep those legs moving.
when I'm chatting, I tend to pedal fast, and I'm like, I don't need to pedal fast. I'm not in a race. So yeah, so I met you through, well, just through Instagram, wasn't it? Really. Then I found DIGME Fitness, and then obviously you find your tribe. But the fact that I live miles from where you are, you're in London. Well, actually, you were in Ireland, I think. When you
no. I was in London for a time during the lockdown.
Oh, okay.
I'm in London, Northwest London. So, and you're in Devon.
And I'm in Devon. But even so, as we were saying at the class this morning, even so, it doesn't feel like that far away because you feel so much part of the community. It's amazing. Yeah. Love it.
It is brilliant. And that's like something that I truly love about the DIGME at home thing as well. Yeah. It's just like you get that same energy from the studio, you know? And it's what you said, it's the community, because obviously the screen lights up and you see everybody. I mean, some people prefer to not have the camera on, which is fine, but some people do. And whether you have the camera on or off, there's always like some nice banter in the chat, you know, and
good.
Yeah, so
good. I've been braver. I think in lockdown I was like, there's absolutely no way. But now I'm like, it's so good to see everyone and all of their outfits and well, not everyday outfits, but you know, for certain.
There was quite a lot of green. I was impressed this morning. There was a lot of green, which was great. And so one of the ladies had a shamrock full on piece, and she did the whole class.
So good. You shared that on your stories, didn't you? I saw that. It's brilliant.
Yeah, the best actually for when it comes to dress up. When we do Pride classes, it's incredible, and like online is great, but in studio last year, my God, the atmosphere over the London Pride, the weekend, and just everyone just came as whatever they wanted, and it was brilliant atmosphere.
Well, and that's what I'm saying about you can, even though, in fact, if anything, it's almost like the fear of missing out because you see it all going on, and you know how brilliant it is just through the screen doing the workouts. But actually, what it must be like to be there, and when you had, I can't remember his name, I'm so sorry, but when you had the chat recently, who did his 100 classes.
Dave. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I was just like, yay, well done. And like, never met him. Don't know if I can agree.
But that's what's crazy.
Everything.
That's what's so crazy about like the online thing. And like I haven't met so many people like yourself in person. Now, like what's been really nice in the last year is some people have been just coming up to London if they live outside of, and they actually drop in and will do a class, which is so brilliant.
Oh, Connor's saying absolutely.
For us, Connor, for us, so rewarding when you get somebody to come in. You know, you just feel like great. You feel like you're doing a good job. You know. Yeah,
definitely, definitely. So, introduction. What, like 10 minutes in? Sorry. 3 fun facts. 3 fun facts.
That's like us. We said we'd have a quick chat after class. We were going for about half an hour.
I know.
So 3 fun facts about me. Well, I guess because we met via DIGME and Fitness, I was a professional dancer. So that was a big part of my life for like the guts of 20 years. And we can talk a little bit about that. I'm from a family of 9, so I've got like lots of brothers and sisters. We're a big family, which I love. And that's an amazing part of my journey, and I guess like
where are you in the pecking order?
I'm just underneath half. Like I'm not quite in the middle, but just below middle. That's
quite nice. I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Awesome.
So big family, and then a fascinating fact. Well, I guess during my dance career, I've been very lucky to dance with a lot of...
Sorry, big fighter jet going over.
Oh, okay.
That's unusual. Okay, we're not going to worry about that. Keep going. Keep peddling.
Keep peddling.
Yeah.
So during my dance career, I got to dance with lots of incredible people and meet lots of people. But one highlight was definitely like near the beginning, I toured with Cliff Richard. And part of the show was that it was his whole journey. So there was 10 dancers, but I actually played young Cliff throughout the whole story. So that was pretty special, and I think like for my parents and stuff, and some of my aunties and uncles came, which would have been their generation, John. Like they came to Manchester. We were playing the MEN Arena, and we just had such a good weekend, and they just loved that.
So they just like cry the whole way, like, oh, it's my boy.
I think so, yeah. There was a lot of that, and then we came backstage, and there was a lot of, they wanted to like try on the wig and try on the jackets. I was like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love that. I feel like I just need to talk about fun facts that you've got from your dance career the whole way through, but brilliant.
Yeah.
So how did you? I kind of like I was going to ask you about your career of DIGME, but I think we need to go back to your dancing days, because I guess it was dancing before DIGME.
Yeah. So when I kind of finished school and stuff, I basically stepped straight into dancing, and I went to America for a little bit and did a little bit of Irish dancing over that side, but I always had a thing for like jazz and commercial dance. And when I was growing up, like Top of the Pops, watching those shows, I was like, that's what I want to do. So I did some class over in America, and then my sis lived in London when I at that time, and I basically came over, spent a summer with her, and kind of stayed. And that was 20 years ago this summer. So I've been here 20 years. Yeah. And I basically
2002.
Yeah, 2002.
Big year. Yeah.
And yeah, I jumped into kind of the world over here of dance. Like, you know, dance, there's certain places in the world where you can kind of go, and it's a bigger, like in terms of New York or LA. That's slightly changed. Like, I think it's definitely got bigger, but back then it was definitely certain hubs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I came to London and just basically started to audition straight away. Like, I just went to auditions, and I was very lucky to get my first audition that summer, which put me on a movie for 6 months. So like, this was kind of like you would just, that was like the dream job, because I was on this retainer, so I could still audition and work on this movie. Yeah, so it was brilliant. And then
dreams are like paved with gold. Is that like that classic story, isn't it? Go to London and you'll hit the big diamond.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was, the movie was Mrs. Henderson Presents. So it was a brilliant film about the Windmill Theatre, which was in the West End. It was all about kind of the strippers and the kind of, when that first came to London. But on that job, I did meet a lot of amazing people, and some of the dancers who are still really my great friends. And I kind of jumped onto their bandwagon, and because they had just graduated from college, we went on a big journey together almost, you know. I mean, most of them went to the West End. I ended up going the other way, doing it more of a commercial style. So that falls under like TV, like X Factor, and as we spoke about, pop stars. Yeah. Well, the biggest one for me was, you know, after a few years of doing lots of TV shows and stuff, I got to audition for Take That on their reunion tour coming back, and I got it, which was just like incredible. And I don't think I really realized at the time when I got it. I was just so
they say that, don't they? It's not until you look back. It's like,
when I look back, I literally think like, and I had like, you know, the guts of 10 to 12 years with the boys. I did like 5 or 6 big tours with them, loads of award shows, TV shows. But for me, like, I was so lucky because I was blessed to be in such an amazing family unit. Like, the boys are just like, you know, from day one, they have always created that bubble. And it comes across, like, I don't know if you've ever seen any of their shows live, but
not live, I haven't, no.
It radiates, it radiates out in their shows. Like, they're you know, they're so passionate about it, and they kind of filter that into their team. So it's just such an amazing team to be in, and the kind of the atmosphere, and
And that kind of goes back, I guess, to what we were saying at the very beginning about bringing that passion and that energy and the atmosphere through the screen with DIGME. So it's it's fantastic.
Well, that's like, you know, and we've spoken about this. And when I finished dancing, I mean, I've got a company that I still choreograph and do work with my partner Johnny. But when I finished actually performing and dance, that buzz and that like feeling, that connection, I just like, I needed to find that. And I basically went and did some classes here in London. It was actually a friend was working at a studio who invited me in. I did some of her classes, And I just remember thinking, God, like this is like amazing energy. Like it's
such a buzz, isn't it?
It's such a buzz, and it doesn't feel like a workout, which I'm not the biggest gym person. Like I can't go to the gym and like train myself to do weights and all that. I love the class atmosphere. I love the buzz of that. That's what really gets it for me. So stepping into DIGME and teaching just definitely kind of replaced a small part of that, like when I stepped away from dancing and stuff. Yeah.
And was that a conscious decision? Did you think, okay, now it's my time just to pull back?
It was, yeah. Like, I remember having conversations with people. One actually was like on my first tour. Well, no, it was probably my second or third on Take That with Gary Barlow's wife, Dawn, who was an amazing professional dancer. She was kind of coming to the end of her career.
I love that.
And I was just
Gary Barlow's wife.
I know.
Pop that in.
But Dawn was coming to the end of her career, and I was just kickstarting it. And she just gave me some great, you know, knowledge and just like any of her years of experience. She just, you know, said the time will feel right when you feel you want to take a step back. You know, I've been so lucky. Like I've definitely taken a step back from performing, but I've been able to segue into another slight place. Like I know I've got my fitness, but I also have that choreography side of things as well. I mean, I always say as well, Claire, never say never, because the guy that I work with a lot, Kim and Paul, I always feel like something might manifest, so they might bring some of the oldies back to do something, and I do think that will happen. So yeah.
And I think, you know, like never say never. I think after, see, you're talking. Just so engrossed listening to what you're saying.
The excitement of it all. Yeah. It's the excitement of it all, so you're giving it.
I know, I'm just engrossed. I know, I kind of feel like I need to say to the people that have joined us since we started the chat, I'm cycling, which is why I'm kind of moving and bobbing around and what have you. And
maybe mention why we're having this conversation. Obviously, you've got the charity on your T-shirt.
My very unflattering.
No, but it's amazing. Claire,
charity. So so I'm doing this mission for DKMS. Turned 50. A month ago. And I just have been working with them for a couple of years now, 3 years more, and said to them actually before lockdown was even a word, I want to do like a big fundraiser for you. And so we started talking about it, and then of course, you know, let's talk about it next month, and and that went on, and then lockdown hit, and we were like, well, there were no events, so I can't travel to meet with them. So we kind of put it on hold, and in that time I got obviously a few years older, and started playing around with the numbers, and just thought, actually, mission 50, you know?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Talk about mini missions all the time. Why not have a really big mission? And it's kind of escalated just a tiny bit. So I'm doing a different mission every month, and this month's mission is to cycle from the headquarters in London of DKMS, which is the blood cancer charity, across to, I don't know if you can see my map. Can you see my map? Just here.
No, so you're basically going over the channel, through Belgium.
Across the channel, over to Germany, which equates to 605 miles. So I'm doing that with a relay with a friend of mine, Lisa. Amazing. So we've said that we would do a minimum of 10 miles every single day.
Amazing.
For March.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why it's so great, because I can join in. Sorry?
I was just going to say, it's such a great charity. Like, I didn't know a lot about it, but I've been just reading up a little bit of your research from doing this, and actually how incredible the stem cell treatment is.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Like, brilliant. So good.
It's phenomenal. So basically the charity was founded because there's a lady in Germany who needed treatment, she needed stem cells, and the husband was helping, obviously supporting her through that. And he was, why do we not know who we can contact? Why is there no kind of register? And then boom, the idea was born. So I mean, I know COVID's been horrific for so many people, but one of the good things about it is that now we talk about doing a swab, people can instantly imagine what that is.
Yeah.
But it's not up your nose or anything. It's literally a swab on the inside of your cheek. There are 3 swabs. You let them air dry, and then you send them off. It's so quick.
Okay.
And you can then become on the register. But the worrying thing is that 2% of the population are on the register.
Right. Okay.
Just 2.
Yeah.
So my mission isn't just to fundraise, it's to have this conversation, it's to bring the awareness that actually it's not frightening.
Yeah.
Like, blood cancer is frightening, but actually becoming a donor isn't frightening. Or becoming a match is incredible. So yeah, it's just
because and just correct me if I'm wrong, your connection is not, you were a nurse before, so it's nothing to do with, like, you don't have an initial connection, but you just, did you work with people that needed treatment, or
yeah. So I did my training at Mary's in London, and then so I kind of know your whole area. I kind of, why did
Paddington
me when I was in London, not when I moved away, very selfishly, but yeah. So I trained in London, and then ended up moving down here, and I was an oncology nurse, and so my first role down in Torquay in Devon was on the oncology wards, looking after haematology and, you know, oncology patients. So I would look after them, or the team would look after them pre-stem cell, post-stem cell, and they would go off to Derriford in Plymouth to have their stem cell transplant. This is years ago, so now it's a little better. And then I transferred across to Derriford, and continued my kind of cancer nursing there, really. But so I know. It's interesting because I kind of know the opposite side. I can really relate with what it's like for not just the patient, obviously very important, but the whole ripple effect it has on, you know, your friendships and your family, and it just rocks the world. And so I got involved with them when I first started my nurse training. And then as the years went on, just was able to give more time, really. So yeah, it's a charity. Although I haven't had any, you know, relatives or a close friend that's had blood cancer. Actually, I say that I do have a friend that's got blood cancer, but that wasn't my initial go-to thing. It was just because, you know, if the more voices we have, you know what it's like. The more voices we have for any charity or for any cause that we feel passionate about, the better.
Yeah, so, totally. And I agree.
So if I could do a little something for my little part of the world, just to create that conversation, and so many people don't know about it. You know,
because I'll be honest, like, I think you're so right. Like, normally, unless it really affects you instantly, people then jump on that kind of bandwagon. But
they can relate.
Yeah, but this is great. Do you know what I mean? Oh, thanks. That's Julie, East London, Osteo. If you ever need anyone to look after you, click you, anything, head to Julie. Julie's just asking, where can we sign up? How can we donate?
Amazing. So, that's so lovely. Thank you. So if you go to it sounds really naff, doesn't it? If you go to the link in my bio, there is a whole bit of information there about my mission and about DKMS, so you can click onto that, and that will take you through to tell you all about the different missions I'm doing. It takes you to my fundraising page. It also takes you to the page where you can sign up for the register as well.
Brilliant.
So it's all there. It's all there.
Yeah.
But that would be amazing. Please let us know when you've done it.
Yeah. Thanks, Julie.
Thank you so much.
We'll both maybe like do a little post after this just to make it really clear and stuff for everyone jumping in. But I just wanted to jump in because I'll be really honest, like, I didn't know much about it, and actually chatting to you now, it has created awareness. Do you know what I mean? I'm realizing about it, and I actually think it's brilliant that you have taken this out of just like, it came about in work one day for you. It wasn't an instant that something happened to a family friend or somebody. So it's really great, and I think that's the way forward for raising money and raising awareness around these smaller charities, I guess, compared to...
Well, this is it. And I think so many charities have really been... I mean, it's almost like a broken record, isn't it? We all know, you know, the impact of, you know, what's going on overseas. We all know the impact of, you know, fundraising in a climate where, you know, the bills are going up and it's a nightmare to drive anywhere because it's so expensive and all of that. And we all know the effects of COVID, especially on things like charities. But at the end of the day, because I was saying to someone the other day, I felt so, what do I do? Do I stop the mission out of respect for what's going, you know, what, I was in a real dilemma about it. And I thought, wait, now, hold on a second. If I do that, they've won. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People still have
life's going to keep going.
Diagnosis.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And if we stop, you know, waving our flags and we stop the conversation.
Totally. And also, like, the fact
that that's not good either.
No, I agree. And like the fact that you are doing a full year, so it's not like this is your only thing. So anyone that just joined is like you have committed to a year of lots of different
a whole year.
Events and
year.
challenges. So it's brilliant. Your 50th year. Yeah.
I know. Actually, we've got a group. You're very welcome. I'd love it if you came. Can you imagine? So we're doing an alternative triathlon, bear with, in September, where we do, it's in Snowdon. So we do 17 kilometres on the bike. We then walk up Snowdon and back down again. You know, just a casual, you know, challenge, obviously, but it's, you know, up and down Snowdon, which is 14 kilometres. And then we do a 5 kilometre kayak canoe.
Oh, brilliant. That sounds, love that. When is that? That's during the summer. Is that in?
It's in September.
September, okay.
Yeah.
Keep me posted. Absolutely.
You posted. Well, you can certainly buy. No excuses. But it's going to be such good fun. And it's over the course of, it's our own kind of private group. It's like a DKMS group. So if you want, if anyone wants to get involved, then please do. Yeah. And the guys helping us organise it are being amazing. And and there's a glass of fizz to celebrate at the end. Full support for DKMS. It's going to be great. Come and join us. We're so good.
Yeah. Well, if there's bubbles, absolutely.
Yeah. I know, exactly. I was like, fizz. Oh, yeah, sold. Yeah. That sounds good. So on that, I'm going to flip back to you now.
Okay.
Who and what inspires you? Hello, everybody.
Hello, that's my sister. Hey, Ciaran.
Oh, hi. Cheers, count me in. It's like, is that Julie? Julie, come.
That's Julie, yeah.
Yeah, I need to put a link in the bio actually about the Snowdon trip. But yeah, come. It'd be really good.
Julie's part of the Super Saturday squad. Julie and her husband Paul. We go for a glass of bubbles sometimes straight after class.
I should have said it's a triathlon including bubbles.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant! Come.
But who inspires? I mean, I guess like the people that come to my class, I just love. That's what gets me. I love meeting people. I'm a real people person. Maybe my sis can like back me up on that, but obviously my family are
can tell.
important. Yeah, but I am a people person. I love that. I just love connecting, and I love just sharing stories and experiences.
That jet's come back.
Oh, I can hear you fine. We can't hear the jet. Yeah. It doesn't sound. But yeah, ultimately it's people around me. You know, I just like obviously I've worked and I've had an amazing career dancing, and she's laughing at me. But and I've been inspired by
you are.
Yeah. So I guess that's mine.
The people in your class.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And what
inspires
you? Ciaran is a great lad. He's a great lad.
Say that again. What was that?
I said, so that's who inspires you, but what inspires you? What makes you get up in the morning? And because I know it's hard. You wake up sometimes and you're like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I have no energy, and I have to put this, all energy face on. I have to go in front of these people, and I have to motivate them.
Yeah.
To get moving and enjoy your class. It's and day after day, I really appreciate it's not easy.
Totally. And some days, and I do as well, we're all human. I'll have that day where I'll wake up and I generally teach morning classes. So I've thrown myself into, I just that's the way I like, I like getting up early, and I like kickstarting my day, and I like kind of closing my day off early as well. Do you know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
absolutely. I was the same. Yeah.
It's definitely gone full loop. When I was a dancer, it was definitely the other way around. And I used to have late nights and get up late and all that. But for now, now it's definitely. I mean, the thing that like it's the feeling you get at the moment with class and stuff. It's the feeling you get afterwards, and it's literally like proof is in the pudding. Like it's just like I've gone into classes before, you know, and I've felt really dippy, and I'll say it. Like I think it's very important to be translucent and say,
absolutely,
oh, I'm exhausted this morning. Let's get those legs going. Let's just get moving. And it really does. Like I just, you know, I'm a big believer in getting moving. Like even if it's just, you know, if you're feeling a bit low, get out, go for a 5-minute walk, change the scenery, just get moving. It changes. It just ticks something. It gets something going.
Yeah.
So ultimately that's what motivates, and that feeling that you get then afterwards, like post class or post walk, whatever it is, you know.
I'm like a nodding dog. I'm like, you're totally
how are you doing? But yeah, where are you at?
I'm at 4 miles.
Brilliant, well done, super.
Yeah, see, I'm not going up and down mountains and watching you dance like Michael Flatley. Honestly, the guys, if you went in class today, we had Michael Flatley doing his thing. It was so good. How are you doing that in cleats?
I know. Spoiler alert, don't tell, because some people will be coming in tomorrow and it's all good. It's all good.
You didn't tell me that.
No.
Well, I was just thinking it was special for us because it was St. Patrick's Day, but okay.
Yeah. Oh, well, they'll be able to see my feet in studio. They'll actually get to see it. So, but it's funny, the cleats, because of how they are, cleats, by the way, are like a cycle shoe for anyone that wants to know. And go Claire.
Okay.
And they've got like a funny little kind of clip on that clips into so you're locked into the pedal. So it gives you a sense of like an Irish shoe, kind of.
Of course. So there's us all feeling sorry for you, going, oh my God, I can't believe you can do that. And you're like, it's nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing. Awesome. So come on then. Let's get down to it. The goss. Let's have some goss from your dancing days.
How can I get, like, that's the thing. It's always lips are sealed.
All right, okay, so
that famous saying, what goes on tour stays on tour.
Stays on tour. I so knew you were going to say that. Okay, so give us a little, so you take, let's just do a bit of name dropping here. So take that for 7 years.
More than that, like nearly 10, 11 years, yeah.
Wow. Crikey.
So they were a big chunk, yeah. I got to tour with them a lot. And then, like, in between that, as I said, like, people like Cliff Richard, Girls Aloud, The Saturdays, gosh, who else?
Spice Girls, you said earlier.
Spice Girls, yeah. So I did a little bit. I was very lucky to have done the Spice Girls on the Olympics. And then I also danced with Emma and Jerry on some of their solo stuff back in the day. But more recently, I've actually been working as an associate assistant on their last comeback tour, with a choreographer, Paul, who I've worked with quite a lot, brought us on board, and that was just brilliant. That was so amazing. And they're an amazing bunch of ladies. Like, there was only the 4 of them, but again, it's that feeling, and maybe it's like that second time round when they've come back, they're just like, they've got no worries or no issues, so they just, you know, it's all out and they're just enjoying themselves to the max. So they create this amazing atmosphere, and it's that family feel. It was brilliant. All their kids came along.
I was going to say, they brought all their kids in there, and it was just like, you know what, we're just going to party. Whereas I guess first time round, this has to work. This has to work. Whereas second time round, it's kind of like, well, look, we know that everyone loves our songs and tracks, and they're here. And what was lovely about it, I didn't actually get to go. That's why I'm a bit like, oh my God, it's amazing. What was lovely about it was the fact that the audience were taking their kids. You know?
That was
such a great concept.
Yeah, and like, that kind of blew the girls' minds a little bit, because they basically have this whole new audience of fans, you know?
Yeah.
And the power of their message, which is going way back, it's just like girl power, and they're still totally so strong in that, you know, which is so good. Yeah. So the Spice Girls, that was a real highlight, and I think, like, well, touch wood, there'll be more to come. I don't think that's the end of that. Like, I think they're going to definitely do more. Yeah, 100%.
Heard it here, folks. Where are we? 1306.
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day 22. Just putting it out there. We'll be knocking on your door going, you were right. You were right.
I know, yeah.
So what is, like, your big ambition? You're obviously very successful with DIGME. Everyone loves your workouts. Everyone loves what you do. It's brilliant. Fantastically successful dancer with all these incredible bands. I mean, what an experience. What haven't you done yet that you would love to do? Is there any box unticked?
Oh gosh, so
sorry.
No, it's good. Like,
I did hint at that question.
There's one, I guess, like, you know, I'm going to be 40 this year, so I've always said.
Oh, old.
No.
Stop it.
I've always kind of. I've never done a full marathon, and that's always been in my head slightly. So I'm thinking, like, the London Marathon, I'm probably going to do that sooner rather than later. So that's definitely.
Did you enter this year?
I haven't. I didn't enter this year, purely because of just something else that I knew was happening around that time. So I wouldn't have been able to train, because I think, well, from what I've heard, it's important to train as you come up to it.
Yeah, that's kind of that will determine just how pleasurable or not the experience is on the day.
Absolutely, totally.
Yeah. I didn't get a place. I'm gutted, because that would have been one of my 5 races.
Oh, okay. Oh gosh.
And linking in with the number 5, it would have been my 5th. So when it came, I got this email going, the results, and I was like, oh my God. And I was on the phone. I had loads of meetings that day, and I could see it there. And people were like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm not distracted at all. It's fine. And afterwards I was like, right, I've got to check this email.
And not,
But I have said, if I can't, I'm not giving up. I'm going to find a way.
Yeah.
If I don't get to run London, I'll run the equivalent, but
okay,
on my own around here.
Amazing.
So I'll still do it.
Which is what a lot of people do as well, you know. So it can be lucky dips sometimes. Well, maybe we'll do it together. Who knows?
Yes, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Sometimes in Devon, we can just, you know, charge around and run along the coast. That'd be nice.
That would be very nice. I guess travel, like, me and my husband, we've been married, we'll be 5 years married this year, and we had planned to do, like, our honeymoon. So we had, like, just putting some money away. We still haven't done that. So we've talked since lockdown.
Sorry. You left. You left the room.
Something clicked in there. So definitely travel a bit more with the hubby, which we've started. We're going to Rome this weekend for a couple of days. So yeah, we have started.
You'll love it.
Yeah.
Have you been before?
Never. Yeah. Have you been?
Oh my God, you'll love it. I went there for my 40th.
Oh wow. Okay.
10 years ago. Yeah.
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 That's been
amazing.
Been on my list for years and years. Yeah. And everyone's just said, don't plan anything, just go and just completely, you know, indulge yourself walking around.
One thing you need to go to, well, obviously you don't have to, but the Trevi Fountain, go there.
Okay.
And make a wish.
Oh, okay.
Go and find it.
Yeah.
And make a wish.
Lovely.
Manifest that ambition thing that you want.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I hope we get a day like today, like a few days, like.
Yeah. So. Well, I say my birthday was in February, so it was just crisp and cold, but just heaven. It's lovely. You'll love it.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to all the food. I love Italian food.
Ice creams, yeah, all of it. All of it. I'll have a ball. Right, does anyone have any questions? We've just sat here and nattered. I'm sounding very breathless.
Surely not after all that. Hey, Jess. Hey, Elizabeth.
So good to see everyone. So yeah, any questions, pop them in the box. Is there anything else I haven't asked you?
And my other ambition, like, sorry, I guess just the other thing is to continue what I'm doing because I love it, you know. So, and just like reach out and go broader and yeah, hope that I can really keep doing what I'm doing. Because I love it. I do love it. I love the bike, and I don't know if there's any. I know Jess is in who comes to class sometimes, but it's such a great. It is a great feeling. Like it's like no other. You know, there's just something about getting on that bike and the music. For us, like rhythm is all about just immersing yourself, getting that energy in the room or online, as we said. But it's let the music take over and just like this morning, you know, we had an array of different music. Like we were in the pub, we were in a rock concert, so much. And then we got a bit emotional, which is so nice. Like as in, like we brought in a track which can just allow yourself to be a little bit. And I'm all about that. I think it's important to just share that and don't ever feel embarrassed. You know, just allow yourself to be.
Oh God, I was there just going. I can't reach to turn the thing off because it was. And it was, I don't know what it was. It was like you say, it was party atmosphere. It was like, come on, guys, we're gonna do this. But it was equally right. We just need to have, and I love that about the spin classes, is you just have to have that little time for reflection.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is about you guys, but it's like you've got this playlist of tracks that just make me want to sob because it's like, my God, this resonates so much, and like the words and the power chat behind it. It's just brilliant, but not in a bad way. Obviously, in a wow, do you know what? In a gratitude way.
Yeah, in a gratitude.
I'm really lucky to be a part of this online community. You know,
and sometimes it's just a little release that you don't even know you need, or sometimes it can just happen. Like I don't know if you remember during lockdown, we obviously started with our classes, and I just developed a thing called rhythm and recovery.
Yes.
So just for anyone that's jumped in, like rhythm is our class. Like we've got 3 different styles of class at DIGME. Rhythm is all to the music and the beat, and we don't have any stats and stuff. Then ride is a bit more for those riders who like the stats and the challenge, and then just perform. But I decided to just develop something because we were obviously the lockdown went on so long. So Sunday evenings I brought in this rhythm and recovery, and it was just 30 minutes more about what you're doing now. Like there was no real challenges. It was just about the music and allowing.
I don't know, going live and talking at the same time is pretty challenging for me. I will be honest. I'm not a live person.
But you're doing.
I hear what you're saying. It's just kind of just peddling, isn't it?
Yeah. You're doing a good job. Yeah, but it was just, allowing that time just to kind of, almost like a breath work, like a yoga field. Like it just felt, you know, and some people like that. Like they like the legs moving on the bike, that feeling. So I've yet to do it, but I want to bring that into, it's just finding the right time. I'd like to do that in studio, like a rhythm and recovery.
That'd be so good. Do you have any? I haven't seen it on demand, but it's possibly because I haven't looked for those on demand.
There's not, and we want we're due to do the next batch of kind of on demand stuff, and that if we've actually had quite a lot of people email in asking, could you do a series of like rhythm and recovery? So 3 or 4.
So
because you can just pop it on, do it at any time if you need that switch off or unwind.
If you could manage to fit that in before the end of March, that'd be amazing.
Email in.
Oh, Joe, thank you, sis. It's my friend Joe.
Oh, hey, Joe.
Oh, she's great. Hi, Joe. Oh, this has been fabulous.
Yeah, brilliant. Well
enjoyed
done.
Chatting with you.
Lovely.
You've been an absolute star. Thank you. Thank you for your time. We must do another one of these at some point.
100%. We will. Definitely. We will. Yeah. And I'm like, I mean, you're going to be in class and stuff, so we're here to support totally, and it's an amazing thing what you're doing, and the fact that like I just love how it's resonated with you. I just think that's super important. If there's a message we can give to people, it's that sometimes it doesn't need to be at your front door to just step in and help. You know, you can just try and bring it in that sense.
Do you know, it's funny because I get, whenever I think about it, I get actually quite emotional about it.
Yeah.
Because it's such a small action to do. You know, go online, click the button, request the swab kit, move it around your mouth a bit, post it back. But it just gives so much hope to the people and the patients all over the world. It's not obviously just in the UK, it's all over the world that are just desperate to find a match. And actually, generally, you know, you would hope that you would find a match within your family, but that's not the case.
Okay.
You know, so that's your first port of call is, right, let's look at your family. In fact, Lisa, who's doing the relay with me, the bike relay, she had leukemia and her sister was her match. I mean, it just blows my mind.
Yeah.
And she's doing incredibly well. She's amazing. Whereas there are lots of people out there that are just searching for this match. And yet, the fact DKMS said to me, what is on your mission list that you haven't managed to book yet? And I was like, I need to be a match. I want to be a match.
Yeah.
I've been on the register since I was 17, 18.
Okay.
We won't do the maths on how long that's been, but it's been a while.
Don't need to.
So yeah, I'd love to be a match. That'd be amazing. Just getting that call. Actually, I've done a series of lives on them. So if you want to go back into my lives, I did a live with Lisa about, you know, what it was like to, you know, obviously have to go through that treatment, but to find a match.
Yeah.
Equally, I've done a live with a lady, fabulous lady, who lives in Germany. Actually, she said to me, "Let me know when you're nearly in Germany. I'll come and do a ride with you." And she was a donor. I mean, incredible. You know, incredible.
So just like, I mean, for anyone that's still in, like, that may have just joined, like, how can they reach? Is it, again, it's on your Instagram. If they go over,
on my Instagram, or if they want to go to my blog, which is Woman on a Mission Coaching. Yeah, it's all on there.
All the details are there. And I just would really encourage anyone just to jump in and just do it, because as you said, it's so quick and easy just to do it, swab it, boom, gone. And it could make a huge difference, as you said also then. Yeah, it would. I want to come down to DIGME and turn DIGME red for the day. That's my mission, and to get everybody swabbed. Absolutely. Great, yeah, wouldn't that be cool? Great idea. Let's do it. Let's turn that room red. Let's go for it. Bring it. Yeah. And the thing is, that's the problem, isn't it? Because with lockdown and everything else, it's just been like, you just can't even contemplate any of that. But we're coming out the other side now, hopefully, so it's all good. 100%, yeah. That sounds like a brilliant, brilliant day. We'll do that. Let's definitely do it. Good. Be so good. Maybe that's your five class challenge. We'll try and work it all in. Yeah. That'd be so cool. Yeah, I'll just like swab you whilst you. Well, actually, you can do your own swabs. But yeah, that'd be so amazing. So amazing. Yeah, brilliant. You have been phenomenal. Thank you so much for your time. No problem. Thank you very much for having me. Yeah, you're very inspiring and you're doing brilliant. So well done. It's such an amazing cause, and you're superwoman. It's brilliant. So brilliant. Yeah. Well, I've done 8 miles. Thank you. Amazing. You see how quick? Yeah. 2 more to go, and that makes 20 today. Amazing. Amazing. Well done. Well done. Yeah. Thank you. Well, thank you for the inspiration this morning, as always. As always. Problem. It's always a joy. Extra special for Paddy's Day, and happy Patrick's Day to everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you too. Yes, for sure. I will see you very soon then, Claire. Yeah? You will. You will. And I'll be checking out your, the DIGME on-demand workouts when they come out live again. Absolutely. Watch the space, they're coming. Shall do indeed. Thank you so much. I'm going to have to move now to turn you off. No problem. Oh, okay. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you. Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us. Lots of love. Bye. Oh. Thanks, Liz. Bye-bye. Here we go.